There you go.
My name is Keyshawn and I'm in ninth grade.
Keyshawn, do you know what drugs are?
Yeah.
Have you ever did any drugs?
No, I don't do drugs.
Okay, do you know of anyone that has a major problem with doing drugs?
Not anyone living in my family now, but I've known a cousin who had a drug problem.
Okay, can you explain to me how this person acts? Like, do these drugs affect them, you would say?
Yeah, they have a big effective toll on your mind and the way you think is different. You don't have a good judgment.
Okay, do you think that some people use drugs to get away from problems they are facing in their lives?
Honestly, yeah, I think they do.
Okay, like what kind of problems could drugs lead to? Could lead to drugs?
Honestly, I think the biggest deal would be stress.
Okay, can you just tell me what you think about drugs and how you feel about the abuse of drugs?
Honestly, I think it's stupid. Like drugs, as in heroin, cocaine, ecstasy. Like, I think it's just people being stupid, trying to get a way to be even stupid. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not against marijuana, but other stuff is just too much.
Okay, how do you feel about the youth in our neighborhoods?
Honestly, they doing too much. Like, you 15, why you sitting there smoking a rock? Like, honestly, it's too much. Like, it's a crack dealer that goes to my school. Like, it's retarded.
Okay, if you could give a message to tell people why not to do drugs, what would you say?
It's not worth it. Like, honestly, one smoke, one sip, one injection, it can mess up your whole life for real. It's really not worth it. Stay clean, smoke a little bit of pot. You shouldn't do that, honestly. You're not supposed to do that. It's not nothing bad with it, but that's my opinion. But yeah, it's not worth it, and it'll have bad effects on you in the long run.
Okay, thank you, Keyshawn.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Anthony Thurman. I am in 10th grade and I am 16 years old.
Okay, do you know what drugs are? If you do, can you tell me of anything about them, what you know about them?
Yeah, I know what drugs are. And drugs, it's like something you do chemically bond, something like that. Some grow as plants.
Yeah, and what they do to people, the effect they have on people, do you know?
They mess with your mind, kill brain cells. And it's just stupid to do drugs.
Have you ever did drugs?
No.
Okay, that's good. Do you know of anyone that has a major problem with doing drugs? Can you tell us about this person? I mean, you don't have to tell their name, just tell us how they act.
Every time I'm around him, he's real crazy. Yeah.
He goes to school? He's actually young?
He's in the 9th grade.
Oh, okay. Do you think that some people use drugs to get away from problems they are facing in their lives?
I don't know.
Like if you have a problem, are you gonna do drugs to go and solve that problem? People get mad and upset, they go do drugs.
No. Hey, you.
Can you just tell me some? Can you just tell me what you think about drugs and how you feel about the abuse of drugs that people use? Like, what you think about them?
What was that question again?
Can you tell me what you think about drugs?
I think they're awesome. I'm playing. Drugs are bad for you. I think kids shouldn't do them. But if they do, that's on them. I don't do drugs.
Yeah, I was just gonna get to that. How do you feel about the youth in our neighborhoods doing drugs? Like some people think it's cool. Like, is it cool?
No.
See, it's no.
No. I think they shouldn't do it. That they are.
Okay.
They need to stop.
If you could give a message to everyone about not doing drugs, what would you say?
Okay, I'm gonna be like smoking corn. You could prevent drug use.
Okay, by
not doing it.
I'm here with
Tony Yule, age 37.
Okay, Tony Yule. Do you know what drugs are?
Yes, I do know what drugs are.
Okay, so can you give me a brief definition of what you know about drugs?
The definition of drugs or what I know about drugs?
What you know about them, please.
I know that drugs, there are different types of drugs. Some drugs are used for health reasons to help people get better. Then there are street drugs that people use and abuse.
Okay, have you ever did drugs?
You're gonna have to start this all over.
Have you ever did drugs? No, so it's okay. I can edit that out.
No.
I can edit that out. We
I
edited
have not
it.
ever did drugs.
Okay. Do you know of anyone? Do you know of anyone that has a major problem with doing drugs?
No, I don't know any people with drug problems.
Do you think that some people use drugs to get away from problems they are facing in their lives?
Yes, I do think that people use drugs to get away from life problems.
Okay, can you explain like what kind of life problems, maybe if you know of any?
Financial problems, homelessness, abuse.
Okay, can you tell me what you think about drugs? Do you think that they're positive or?
I think that some of them are positive and some are negative.
And you work with drugs, so what kind of drugs do you work with?
Drugs, health care drugs like for cholesterol, diabetes, hypertension.
Do you know any of the names of those drugs?
You don't want that long list.
Yeah, give it here. I need more. I need more information for this.
Topril, Nexium, Crestor, Atican. Then you have your scheduled drugs like Valium, Vicodin, Percocets.
Perks.
Okay.
I heard about them.
How do you feel about the youth in our neighborhoods using drugs?
I don't think that the youth in the neighborhood should use drugs. I know some of them are. Maybe there can be programs to help them more of.
Okay. And if you could give a message to people telling them about not using drugs, what would you say? A touching message. A heart. Do it.
Yes, such a message. Just say no once you get a hold of a drug. Especially drugs like heroin that can lead to lifelong addictions that can run you for the rest of your life and give you Down syndrome.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. This is a rap I made. I'm not doing drugs. Don't do them, kids. Nobody. All our youngins doing drugs when we know they can do better. Off of suicide, fitting in, it doesn't matter. Drugs kill your brain, reach higher than a ladder. Family doing time cause they wanted more cheddar. Some do crack just to feel a little sting. And rolling up the blunts for the high weed bring. But it ain't positive cause you could lose you. And I'm inspiring from the things that I do. Think twice before you do it. Maybe once so you don't screw it. It's your life, come on, don't lose it. And drugs can kill you, I thought you knew it, Something that you probably never seen. What? What? Hey, whip. Hey, whip.